Every time you turn on the TV, every time you open a social media app, there's something that we could describe as shocking, but we're definitely going to be overusing that word because what other words can we use? It's devastating, it's deplorable, it's catastrophic what is going on in our country. So this woman right here, Representative Melissa Hortman, and her husband were assassinated. This is all politically motivated. She was assassinated in Minnesota. This man right here, Senator John Hoffman, and his wife were also targeted. Authorities are calling these attacks targeted. And here's the statement from Governor Tim Walz of Minnesota. He said, "Today, Minnesota lost a great leader and I lost a friend. A formidable political servant and a fixture of the state capitol, Melissa Hortman woke up every day determined to make our state a better place. She served the people of Minnesota with grace, compassion, and tirelessness. Minnesota's thoughts are with her loved ones, and my prayers are with Senator John Hoffman and his wife Yvette, who were shot and wounded and are being treated." He continues with, "We are not a country that settles our differences at pew pew point. We have demonstrated again and again in our state that it is possible to peacefully disagree, that our state is strengthened by civil public debate. We must stand united against all forms of violence, and I call on everyone to join me in that commitment. To the responding officers, thank you for your bravery and your swift action. A State Bureau of Criminal Apprehension investigation is underway, and we will spare no resource in bringing those responsible to justice. We will not let fear win." So officials have narrowed down a suspect. It's a 57-year-old man, and he was actually posing as a law enforcement. Public Safety Commissioner Bob Jacobson said the suspect was posing as a law enforcement officer. "The suspect exploited the trust of our uniforms, what our uniforms are meant to represent. That betrayal is deeply disturbing to those of us who wear the badge with honor and responsibility," he said. Police Chief Mark Bruley said the suspect fled out the back of the Hortman's house after an exchange of gunfire with police. So the Hortmans are the couple that are still in surgery right now. The suspect was dressed like a uniformed officer and operating a vehicle that looked exactly like an SUV squad car. It was equipped with lights, emergency lights, and it looked exactly like a police vehicle. The FBI has joined in the investigation, according to a statement posted by Dan Bongino, the agency's deputy director. Minnesota House Speaker Lisa DeMuth, a Republican from Cold Spring, called the attack evil and said she was heartbroken beyond words by the unalivings of Hortman and her husband, Mark. With the law enforcement response ongoing and details still emerging, I will simply ask all Minnesotans to please lift up in prayer the victims of this horrific attack, as well as the law enforcement personnel still working to apprehend the perpetrator, DeMuth said in a statement. So allegedly, this is the suspect that they are looking for. The name is Vance Luther Bolter. It says, "I'm told by a police source in Minnesota the suspect in the shootings of the Minnesota state lawmakers is Vance Luther Bolter. It appears this is the same Bolter who was appointed to the governor's Workforce Development Board in 2019 by Governor Tim Walz. He was appointed to the governor's Workforce Development Council in 2016 by then Governor Mark Dayton." And this is just a notice of appointment over here. So this is who they are looking for right now. The suspect fled on foot from the scene and left his car there. And the people that were doing the investigating found a manifesto. And it said that he was going after about 70 other people. So this is an article from People. It says, "Minnesota lawmaker shooting suspect had a manifesto with list of names, police say, as manhunt continues. The armed suspect has been described as a white male with brown hair pretending to be law enforcement." And in the state of things right now, where people are jumping out of cars, masked, who really knows who to trust these days? Because the way ICE is behaving, the way these people are grabbing up folks that they believe are undocumented, is like people really don't know who to trust. And now you got somebody that's out here dressed like a law enforcement officer that is picking people off. I have a friend that works in politics. She sent me a text message today saying that they're on a Zoom call saying, Do not open the door for law enforcement if it's a single law enforcement officer, because you really don't know if these people are actually law enforcement. This is really going to make folks distrust people in uniform. You should definitely have a sense of distrust these days, because you really don't know who's pretending to be law enforcement or not. Okay, back to the article. It says, we do have the suspect's car. The suspect is on foot. That is what the large-scale search is currently going on, Bruley said. I just remind residents of Brooklyn Park, I know it's been a long time, but those that are within the grid that we made the alert out to continue to shelter in place. Bruley revealed that the authorities discovered a manifesto inside the vehicle. The suspect is believed to have been driving a vehicle that looked exactly like an SUV squad car, equipped with emergency lights that made it look exactly like a police vehicle. I will tell you, when we did a search of the vehicle, there was a manifesto that identified many lawmakers and other officials. We immediately made alerts to the state, who took action, alerting them and providing security where necessary. There were almost 70 names in the manifesto, including abortion provider, pro-abortion rights advocates, and lawmakers in various states, CNN reported. Law enforcement also allegedly found a Father's Day card addressed to the suspect alongside a bag of ammunition. As Chief Bruley noted, there was a list of individuals. Evans said the individuals that were targeted in this situation were on that list. And so when we're looking at that, as Chief Bruley said, it is far too early in the investigation to be able to provide information, but I do think we'll be in a position where we'll be able to develop the motivation behind these attacks, and we'll be able to provide more information as it unfolds. I did go over to Trump's Lie Social page to see if he put out a statement, and he actually did. I highly doubt that he actually wrote this, but this is what's on his Lie Social page, saying, I have been briefed on the terrible shooting that took place in Minnesota, which appears to be a targeted attack against state lawmakers. Our Attorney General, Pam Bondi, and the FBI are investigating the situation, and they will be prosecuting anyone involved to the fullest extent of the law. Such horrific violence will not be tolerated in the United States of America. God bless the great people of Minnesota, a truly great place. Like, he really gives a damn about anybody in a blue state that has a governor that is a Democrat. I highly doubt that this man wrote this, because he does not give a damn. Generalissimo Big Mac is doing his butt fluffing parade today, but there are also No Kings protests that are happening across the country. The one in Minnesota has been canceled because of the shooting of these people. So this is just an announcement. No Kings protests in Minnesota canceled as authorities search for a suspect in shooting of 2 lawmakers. No Kings organizers announced that all of the protests across Minnesota are canceled after 2 lawmakers and their spouses were shot early Saturday. State Patrol Colonel Christina Bogojevic asked people out of an abundance of caution not to attend any of the No Kings protests that were scheduled for across the state on Saturday. Bogojevic said authorities didn't have any direct evidence that the protests would be targeted, but said the suspect had some No Kings flyers in the car. So, let's just keep it the way it is. We have no idea where this man is. He has not been caught yet. So it makes sense to cancel, in my opinion. But you all can weigh in on your thoughts on that. Do you think that it should go on? Do you not think it should go on? Let me know what you think. What are your thoughts in the comments? And just comment on the situation. I have a feeling that we're going to see so many things that you could just wake up and say, this is literally shocking. But we should not be having a country that is always on the precipice of destruction. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.